Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you click the subscribe button, as I always say, and turn on the bell button so you will be notified anytime that I do post a new video. And if you're not new, welcome. My name is Shayna. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing like a story time, and basically this is going to be about someone that I used to talk to since from 2016, 2017, 2018 kind of, but like 2016 towards the end of the year. So I'll say like 2017, 2018 kind of, like 2 years. And I went to high school with them, whatever. And this person immediately wanted to talk to me right after I got out of my relationship with someone else, and he knew that I was not mentally ready. But the thing with him was that he wanted me so bad. It's like he would always tell me he liked me, but at the same time I felt like he wasn't really caring about my feelings, because it's like he just wanted me so bad. I sort of kind of feel like he just didn't want no one else to have me too at the same time, so which wasn't good. But you know, I gave him quite a few chances, and honestly I lost count how many chances I gave him, which is really bad. Which means it's quite a lot. And no, we were vibing, everything was good or whatever. And the thing with him was that he was just always someone that like rushed everything. Like I felt like if I gave him any kind of like green light or even a slight spark of like interest, it's like he would take it and just go full throttle and just like dive in and be like, so when you gonna be my girl? And it's like, that's cute when you're ready and you're sure you want the person, but when you're not sure, that's not cute. That's a little intimidating. That's kind of like, it makes me a little uneasy, because it's like, yo, I just got out of something, like. And it's like he would do good things, but he would also do bad things. Like what I liked was that like he was very consistent, but sometimes he was consistent in a negative way too. So like let's say, I'm not gonna say let's say, but this actually has happened. I have a guy best friend, and I've hung out with him, and this kid would be like bothered about that and be like, oh, like you're not texting me like fast enough, like what are you doing? And we don't live in the same area. He lives further up in New York, I live in the city. So what I tell him, I was like, yo, like when I'm out here, yeah, I'm with who I'm with, but at the same time, like I'm super alert and I'm focused, and I have to be alert of my surroundings at all times. Like out here in the city is not like up there. Like it's a whole different vibe. Like you gotta be on point. Anybody who's in the city or lives in the city knows that. So I'm like jumping around, but I'm just thinking off the top of my head what I do like recall and remember. And I remember like last year on like January. Okay, so actually no, let's just rewind. So every time he had an opportunity to talk to me, he would rush it, and then I would get nervous, and then I would push him away. And then I'd be like, you know, I don't want you. And he'd like, well, why do I feel like every time it's like we take 2 steps forward, we take 2 steps back? And I'm like, it's because you're rushing. And then he's like, well, how am I rushing? Like, I just want to be with you. I'm not trying to play games, da da da. And I'm like, I get it, but you're not being patient. Like, it's like for whatever reason, I felt like he wasn't going to feel secure or solid unless I made him my boyfriend and he made me his girlfriend. And I was just like, why is he like that? So then I started to think he was a little controlling. And the things that I didn't like about him was that, yeah, he would pick me up, yeah, he would take me out, we would go to the movies, but at the same time he was kind of sort of bad at communicating a little bit. Like, don't get me wrong, like I would like shut down and kind of just like block him off. That's because like it's like first I'm willing to talk, but then once I see that I'm expressing myself and you're not understanding me after numerous times of me saying it, now I'm just like, I'm shutting you out, you know, because it gets draining, it's tiring. And he'll always be like, well, Shay, like, you can't do that, like, you know, in a relationship you gotta compromise. I'm like, you're not compromising, because when I tell you this is how you're acting and I don't like that and I want you to change it, he don't get it. Like, for example, one comment that he made that I didn't like was, oh, when you come to my house, like, he's like, he was like, you can do the cooking, and now, no, my bad. He said in the future, if we ever got together, like, serious, he was like, oh, you can do the cooking, I can do the cleaning. And I'm thinking to myself, no, like, what the hell do I look like? Like, you better learn how to cook too. He was like, oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. Like, I was just saying, like, because you know how to cook more than me. I'm like, so we're a team and we'll learn together. Like, it's how you say things. Like, that's how I am. Like, it's how you say things with me. Like, you can't just be like, oh, you do this and I do that. Like, no. One thing I didn't like was that he always called me shoddy, and I'm just like, no, like, call me babe, call me boo, call me baby girl. I didn't like the fact that he called me mama. I don't know why. It was the way he did it. Like, for me, with a guy, it's like the way they do things, the way they say things, you know, like, kind of like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I don't know. So basically, he would always be like, oh, mama, mama, and he would do it when I'm mad at him, and then he would be like, oh, mama, like, it's not that serious. Like, I remember he would always like press me about like replying back to guys in my comments on my photos. Meanwhile, he was still following his exes on Instagram. So that's how I knew he was like trying to control me low key. He just wasn't being like straightforward. It was very discreet, but I pay very, very close attention. So I was like, okay, you don't want me to reply to these people, but you're still following your exes. And he's like, oh, because I don't have anybody about them. I'm like, it doesn't matter, because just like how you're so worried about like losing me and some other guy taking me from you when you never had me, so how is someone gonna take me from you? And you're still following your exes. And I just feel like it was always double standard. And it's like, as time went on, when I was talking to him, I felt like he was getting more and more controlling. Like, at first I felt like he was okay, and then after a while I was like, yo, you're annoying, bro. Like, what I didn't like is that I felt like if we wasn't at the movies, we was at his house, and I felt like he didn't know how to think above and beyond. And the number one thing I hate is when a guy has a car and he don't want to freaking go nowhere. Like, you want to be freaking boring, you want to do the same things, and then it's like, we didn't like the same foods. Like, I like seafood, like spicy food. He don't like that stuff. He likes basic ass stuff, which was boring. He just wasn't like open-minded. Like, you know, I want to do activities, like, and he would never, like, I feel like I always had to tell him what I wanted to do. Like, I wanted him to be like, hey Shay, like, let's go rock climbing, let's go go-kart racing, that's like something. But it was always like, hey, what you want to do, what you want to do, what you want to do. And after a while, like, I can't take it like, oh, he really wants to know what I like. I'm starting to take it like, bro, you're just lazy and you're not thinking about what Shayna likes. But yet he wants to be in a relationship with me. So then it's like, okay, now it's like, fast forward, it's like a year and a half of us talking on and off, and he still doesn't know what I like to eat. So I remember one time, it was last year, he wanted me to come over to his house. He said, when you come over, what would you like to eat? And I was like, well, and he's like, oh, we can get like some microwave food, we can go to the supermarket. And I was getting so aggravated because he tried to make it seem cute, like, oh yeah, like we can go food shopping, like marriage couple stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, bro, like, you know I like hot wings, you know I like tacos. But it's like, I don't know why he wasn't thinking like past a certain point. It's like he was just always like in a freaking bubble, in a circle. Like, he just couldn't get out that circle. It's like, I feel like he was very, very small-minded. And he would do like barely the bare minimum, honestly. And y'all can call me like an asshole for this, but I feel like a lot of girls out there would know what I'm talking about or feel what I'm trying to say. And I'm thinking to myself, how this nigga gets so bothered when we fall off, and then he sees me date someone else and wonders why he can't get me. Because one, he's not paying attention to me, but he's fiending to, and then still tells me that that's not what he only wants because he stuck around this long. To be honest with you, nowadays a guy would stick around as long as as long as that means that he's gonna get it at some point in time, in my opinion. Then there's guys out there who would just be like, you know what, Shane, give it to me next. But I don't know, it was just something about him. I was just like, yo, I feel like he don't genuinely like me. And he started to do YouTube, right? I actually posted him on here. He started to do YouTube, and I feel like low-key he wanted to do YouTube because I was doing YouTube. And I don't know, I kept an eye on that, but he would always ask me for advice, like, oh Shay, like, what camera should I use, or what videos, like, I don't know what video ideas. And I'm like, if you don't know what video ideas to do for your YouTube, maybe you shouldn't be on YouTube. Just be yourself, just do whatever. Like, I'm like, you know, you can't do makeup tutorials like me, but you know, maybe like it's kind of hard because I feel like for guys to do videos on YouTube, it's a little difficult than females, because females can do makeup, females can do hair, females can do like fashion videos, females, like, we can do more. I mean, guys can do fashion videos too, but he would have to buy stuff to do fashion videos, you know what I mean? Or he could have just worked with whatever clothes he had and just did like a style video, like how he dresses, I don't know, or talk about your favorite sneakers, your sneaker collection. And I told him I would help him out with some videos, and he wasn't consistent. He was only posting once a month, and I was like, yo, you have to be consistent. Like, when you do YouTube, like, because he was talking about, oh, I want to make money doing it, yada yada yada. And that's the thing, for me, I was doing YouTube since I was 19, before I even knew that YouTube could even give people money. But he knew now in this day and age that it could happen, so I feel like he went in with that mentality instead of just doing it because he wanted to do it. Because I know he wanted to do it, but I felt like low-key, like, I felt like he wasn't being consistent because he didn't get money out of it, and because he didn't have any ideas. And that's how I knew it just wasn't natural. And I started to think, like, does he just want to do YouTube just because I'm doing it, just to have some type of, like, something in common? I don't know. So not to mention that when we would argue, sometimes the way he would talk to me I wouldn't like. Like, one argument that we got into beginning of last year was, I was out with my friend in the city. It was freezing cold. I remember this day like it was yesterday. It was super, super cold in January last year. I had just got out of a Sephora interview. Then me and my friend, we went to Buffalo Wild. We went to Starbucks first, and then we went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Now this kid, oh yeah, we went to H&M too. This kid is getting mad at me because I'm not writing him consistent. He's like, if I can write you consistent when I'm out, you should be able to too. And I'm like, yeah, but when I'm hanging out with somebody, like, I'm focused, like, and not to mention, honestly, that's a lie. I'm not 100% focused. I can still be on my phone, but it was the fact that it was cold. It was so cold I could not, like, text. Like, my hands were hurting. So I would only text him every time I got indoors, which was Starbucks, H&M, Buffalo Wild Wings. Then, not to mention that when I was talking to him and letting him know my whereabouts because he wants to be on me so much, he's not even giving me any type of conversation. He's like, I was like, I told you I was in H&M. He's like, okay, so what am I supposed to say to that? I don't know, Shay. What are you buying? What are you getting? Learning more about me. You get what I'm trying to say? So then that's when I started to be like, yo, how does this nigga trying for 2 years and he's still moving like this? And then he gonna claim that he know me. No, you don't, bro. Like, how? So when I seen that, I was like, ew. And then I was like, well, I texted you when I was in Starbucks. And then I was like, and I'm walking to Buffalo Wild Wings and it's freezing. I'm still trying to text him and he's getting mad at me. And like, I'm posting the food that I'm eating with my friend, again, who is a guy, and this kid is getting like bothered and like arguing with me while with my friend. And I'm just like, yo, you're spending so much time going back and forth with me that you're not even asking me how I'm feeling, nothing. Like, how's my day going? But you're so focused on arguing with me because I'm not texting you right away, when I'm not texting you right away because it's cold. Stupid. So I was like, bro, like, this, it was so weird because I feel like it's like 1 minute he was really good, and then it's like, give it like 2 days, 2-3 days go by and he's right back to how you said. I kid you not, you guys, me and him would like talk the most like week, 2 weeks, and I wouldn't talk to him for months, and I would talk to him again for like another week or 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Wouldn't talk to him again because it's like, as soon as he's good, he just goes right back to how he usually acts. And I'm just like, and he wonders why, like, every time we take 2 steps forward, we take 2 steps back. And I'm like, yo, it's because of you. It's not because of me, bro. Like, one, you're rushing, you're not listening to me. There's times where like I didn't even want to kiss him, and he's just like, no, like he would let us like bite his lips, look at me up and down, look at me like I'm a piece of meat. I remember one time we went to Applebee's and we were eating, and he was watching me like, okay, so I was like eating like a lemon, and he was watching me suck the lemon, and he's looking at me like biting his lip, and I'm just like, ew. Like, it just came off creepy, and like I started to feel like he wasn't even that cute to me no more. Like, I was just like, you blowing mine, like you annoying. So I just kept thinking to myself, like, I feel like this is what he only wants. Like, he keeps saying he wants a relationship, but I feel like he only wants one thing because of his body language. Like, I feel like it's implied that things are gonna get to that point, but it's the way you do it. Like I said, you guys, it's the way you do things, it's the way you say things, it's how you carry yourself, how, like, it's a lot. And he didn't get that. In his end, he felt like he was doing everything right, and he wasn't. I feel like he was blind. And not only that, but I was being very transparent with him. I was letting him know in detail where he went wrong and how he can fix it, and it's like he didn't understand and he couldn't fix it. So now let's fast forward to July last summer. I was on and off with my whatever. I was on and off with somebody. And every time I'm on and off with someone, this kid always wants to just talk to me. It's like, as soon as he sees me not talk to somebody, I want to talk to her. I want to talk to her. And it's like, bro, at this point, it's just like, you just want me. It's not even like, and then he'll think to himself like, oh, how is it that this person got you, this person got you, this person got you? Because they didn't do what you did. Even though I'm not talking to them anymore, they didn't do what you did. Like, you had all this time to get to know me. And it's like you did not absorb or retain anything that you learned from me. It's like it just went out the window. And I feel like he didn't understand that either. But anyways, last July, I remember I was in Cali. I was coming back from Cali too. It was like around 4th of July, after 4th of July. He was trying to talk to me. He was trying to have me link with him, go to his crib. He's like, yo, my mom's not gonna be home for a week. Like, you can come over, you know, now. And I'm thinking to myself, why can I come over now when your mom's not gonna be home for a week? Then he wanted me to stay almost a whole week, and I'm like, no, bro, like, you're not even my boyfriend yet. Like, it's just, it kind of like made me feel a little weirded out. Like, I'm like, what he trying to do? Obviously we know what he trying to do. And obviously he started talking the spicy, and I immediately got scared off. Like, excuse me, I was just like, I can't do this. Like, and then another thing was that I remember he would always talk to me about like, oh, I want to have a kid at 24 years old or 25. And I was like, I'm not ready for that. Like, I need to be financially stable. Let me use this. I need to be financially stable. Like, I need to be straight completely. Like, and I felt like he was so obsessed with just being a young parent and just wanting that certain image of a couple, like pretty girl, baby, all this stuff. And it's like, bro, you don't even live on your own yet, and you want to have a kid. And he wanted the if we had a girl, he said he would want it to be the name that I want for my child still. Now, when he was like feeling to like do it with me and wanted me to come over and all this stuff, I was just like, I can't do this. And I completely like blocked him and just disappeared on him. Guys, literally like a month and a half later, he gets a girl pregnant that he used to talk to when he was younger, and he used to tell me that, oh, that's my friend, because he was following her on Instagram while he was trying to talk to me. And the timing of it, I was like, hold up, he probably slept with her, because when he came out to Instagram that the girl was pregnant, it was like November, which means he got her pregnant like August, September, because he said that they were like 3 months. Actually, no, they knew the gender already, or about to, whatever, but I knew they were like she was like 3 months pregnant, whatever. So that told me Like he literally, he got mad at me for jumping. Like if I was talking to him and I would talk to somebody else, whatever. But as soon as I curved him, he just went to someone in the past, told me that that was his friend, got her pregnant, and that's his girlfriend now, and she's due in May. Isn't that crazy? So now you guys understand why I'm like, yo, I don't think this nigga like me. I don't think this nigga not like me. Like I think he liked me, but I feel like he just don't want nobody to have me. You know what I mean? And I was just like, I feel like he's gonna be controlling, and I'm so glad. And like, okay, they're having a girl, cool. I've always wanted a girl. But honestly, honest to God, I felt like if it weren't for him getting her pregnant, he would not leave me alone. Like, he would not leave me alone. So I think that's what it took. And to this day, he like comes on my page and likes my pictures every now and then. But he's such a corny dude. Like, and I don't know why guys are like this. Like, what's up with you guys? Like, you have the audacity to demand some type of attention. Like, I remember when I was in LA last year and I was replying to like guys in my comments, and he was like, he was flooding my notifications, commenting on like every freaking photo, liking every freaking photo. And he was like, oh, that flirting back in the comments, that shit is dead. I was like, what? That's dead? Who? And then when I curved you, and then like a month later you're talking to somebody else, that just makes me think something. You always had her there. Even if y'all were friends, you saw something. Not only that, but you guys already had some type of relationship in the past. I don't be trusting niggas, yo. Like, crazy. Because he probably would have got me pregnant. And I would have been miserable. Because I would have been stuck with an annoying ass mother who couldn't remember what my favorite food was. And if you couldn't remember, I had to tell him, and then he would be like, oh yeah, I know you like tacos, so then why ask me what I want to eat? How about you look up a taco spot for me? That's the thing, like little things. Like I never see him do that. The most I see him do is look up a freaking movie. Anybody can do that. I know when movies are out all the time. And he always took me to his crib. Like I got bored of that. Like that's boring. And I feel like the reason why he kept doing that is because in my past, when he would see me with someone else and be like, oh, she's doing that with him, maybe I could do that with her. No, bro. Because they're not moving like you. It is one thing for one guy I'm talking to take me to his house when he's already done took me to, well no, let me say it like this. I feel like when I see a guy put an effort and is paying attention to me and just doing thoughtful things, and every now and then we go to the house and it's not like we're just sitting there and he's feeding to do things. We're playing video games, you know what I'm trying to say? But this kid right here, it's like if we're not at the movies, we're at my house. Oh, I don't feel like being in the city. That's the thing. He never wanted to freaking go to the city. And that was boring too. I'm like he don't like, I feel like he like doing like regular stuff. And you know what? I feel like the reason why he's with that girl, no disrespect, but maybe she's okay with the bare minimum. Maybe she's okay with him being boring. Maybe to her, the way he is like, wow, amazing. But to me, he's a pain in my ass. And I remember he always be like, oh, I don't talk to nobody younger than me. But she just turned 22. You got her pregnant when she was 21. She's like, I'm young, but she's young as fuck. Like, legit looks like a little ass girl, like compared to him. Well, next to him. And I'm not hating or anything. Like, I'm just saying, like, you said you don't talk to nobody younger, but you're talking to somebody younger, probably because of comfort. But yet you come at me for going back to the same person, knowing that I was already going through things with that person. That's what I'm saying. He always wanted to talk to me when I was fresh out of something. Like, I never understood that. But that's my story time on that stupid mother. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Also comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell button so you'll be notified anytime that I do post a new video. Don't forget to check out my eyelashes at ShaynaAponte.com. It will be right here, also in the description. Also follow me on my Snapchat and my Instagram. My Instagram is TheRealshaynaa and my Snapchat is RealShayXO. Also follow me on TikTok at TheRealshaynaa with 2 A's. I'll leave up here if I remember, and it'll also be in the description. thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.